Hey there, Christina here. I'm talking today to all of you pregnant mamas, especially those of you who really like to plan ahead. This is something you might not have thought of planning ahead before you have your baby, is setting up the space that you and your baby are going to spend the most amount of time when you come home from the hospital. I like to call it the postpartum nest, because that's kind of what it is. It's a place where you and your baby are going to spend a lot of time just snuggling, sleeping, feeding, etc. And you want it to be as comfortable and as convenient as possible. So some things to consider are where you're going to set up. You can set up in your room, you can set up in the baby's room, you can set up in the living room. It really doesn't matter as long as it's comfortable for you. Make sure that the surface that you're going to be on, you're most likely going to be sleeping on it, is going to be low enough to the ground to be comfortable to get in and out of in case you have some healing to do after delivery. A really tall bed might not be ideal, but if you put the mattress on the floor, that might be nice. Or a couch that's not too high, or I personally just folded out my futon. It was perfect. Very comfortable for getting in and out of after delivery. So that's a consideration to take into account. You can have this in every room of your house. You don't have to pick just one. So you might want to have it in the baby's room during the day and in your room at night. But you're going to want to have a lot of things on hand. So here are some of the things that I would suggest having on hand in your little postpartum nest area. If you are breastfeeding, breast pillow, nipple cream, breast pads, and a pump are going to be handy to have on hand. If you are bottle feeding, some clean bottles, clean nipples, and pre-measured formula is just going to make it a lot easier to get the bottle ready really fast, as well as a lot of clean water to mix with that formula. So that's if you're going to be bottle feeding. Some other things to have on hand for baby are a thermometer. A lot of times if you have a concern about your baby, you're going to call up that pediatrician or doctor, and that's the first thing they're going to ask is what's the baby's temperature. So having that thermometer on hand, then you don't have to go digging through the drawers to figure out where did you put that. Burp cloth, they do tend to spit up a lot when they're really little and learning how to eat, so a burp cloth or a stack maybe of burp cloths to have on hand. Tissues are also going to be very handy just for all sorts of reasons. Lots of fluids can come out of baby and you know, it's a very emotional time, so having some tissues on hand is very handy. Food and water for you are going to be essential. Whether or not you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding, you're going to be very hungry, so having some really good snacks next to you, as well as lots of good drinking water. Coconut water can be really nice to have too. Just really hydrating and lovely to have on hand. If you're doing the whole skin to skin thing after delivery, you'll want a baby blanket. If your baby's not wearing clothing, you can wrap him up if you need to pop out of the room for a second. A nice soft cozy blanket that you can wrap him up in really tightly will be really nice to have. A white noise machine can help both you and your baby sleep. As long as you don't have it too close to you or your baby, it's usually pretty safe, but if you have any concerns about it, definitely ask your doctor. I found it really handy to have a lamp next to where I was, because I slept in the futon and I didn't want to have to get up in the middle of the night to turn on the light if I had to change a diaper, or if I had to, you know, bring my baby in with me to breastfeed. So it's really handy to have a lamp on hand. I especially liked the one I had because it was a touch lamp and it had 3 different settings. So if I wanted a really dim light or a really bright light, I had those options. That was one of the most handy things that I didn't expect to be using all the time, was my lamp. Some other things for you, chapstick. I don't know why, but you just get really dehydrated and really dry, and I used chapstick like it was free. So chapstick, have one of those on hand. Pen and pencil can be kind of handy, especially if your doctor or pediatrician wants you to keep a feeding log and a diaper log of your baby. And if you have a notepad, that makes it a little bit easier, or a clipboard so that you have a nice hard surface to write on. Just some basic essentials, phone charger if you have your phone next to you. If you're going to have a laptop or tablet next to you, a charger for that as well. Just think about the things that you use a lot that you'll want to have near you so that you don't have to get up and look for them, or, you know, make somebody else go look for them for you. I also kept a stack of thank you cards next to the bed. I got a lot of gifts when I got home from the hospital, so it was nice to have thank you cards right on hand. I could make a quick note and then fill it out later, just so that that was all ready to go. If you have other suggestions of things I probably forgot that you liked to have near you, well, you came home with your baby, I'd love to hear from you guys. And I'm going to move on to the trivia. All right. Which of the following is not a good remedy for morning sickness for pregnancy? Is it A, acupressure, on the advice of a doctor, of course, B, eating greasy food, C, eating smaller, more frequent meals, or B, ginger, again on the advice of your doctor? So which of the following is not good for morning sickness? Answer correctly below, and the first person to get it correct is going to win a gift card to a fast casual restaurant or an awesome mystery gift from Bellies to Babies. And be sure to tune in to catch future episodes. Thanks so much.